Alright, so I don't know where I'm at in the video into this. I'm just gonna have to probably start from here, you know, because GoPro has got a huge problem with their batteries, and I've noticed that every year I've worked on these, and I know I'm a glutton for punishment, and I probably should just shit can these GoPro cameras, but they've got a huge issue with their batteries in cold weather. What happens is the indicator here will say that it's got charge in it, and it'll be like in the green, but I've noticed that in the cold weather only, they get down to about 37% and they start doing all kinds of goofy shit. They start shutting off on you, and then you'll be recording, and then all of a sudden the video will come to its batteries. The batteries, they've got problems with their batteries. And what it's doing is low voltage. They don't, something with the cold weather. They don't like the cold weather. They're kind of a piece of shit in the cold weather. So, I mean, this camera here's probably been the best one I've had so far, this GoPro Max. But I'm telling you what, they got a problem with their batteries in cold weather. They're not worth a shit. I was recording and I kept going back and looking at it, and the son of a gun was, you know, going, it was recording the audio, but it wasn't recording the actual video, you know. I thought, what a piece of shit, man. So I don't even know where I'm at on this thing now, so I get so frustrated with some of this shit sometimes. Nothing working right. Thought I had a 13mm on there. Oh, I'll tell you what, boy, the idiots were sure out for the holiday weekend on their highway here. You should have seen, we got about a foot of snow here in McDowell. You should have seen the idiots wrecked all over the place. Oh my gosh. This area in here is kind of the area where everybody, like from LA and, you know, and Spokane and Portland, and they all go back and forth to see each other during the holidays. And I'm telling you what, they just, little snow on the ground, and I'm telling you, it's just a disaster. They just, as my old saying, I always say, they just can't drive for shit. They cannot drive, you know. It's just, yeah, I know I'm ranting, but my God, it's just ridiculous watching these fools drive around. They go like hell, you know. They'll pass you in on a snow-packed road, and then next thing you know, about a quarter mile up the road, they're in the ditch. You know, yeah, you know, that's the thing with a four-wheel drive pickup. Yeah, they'll go really good and go like some bitch in the snow, and you can take off better than a two-wheel drive. But you know what? They all stop the same. What gets me is that they get going on a straight stretch of road, and they're hauling ass, and they just spin out and they slide off in the ditch upside down, and they're done. You know, it's just me, or is the world lost common sense? I don't know. I know I'm bitching, but by God, I'll tell you. Used to when I was a kid, very rarely, maybe once a week during a snowstorm, once a week, you might see a car off the road in the ditch. It's, we came, me and Trent come down here yesterday, 7 cars off the road. I mean, in the canals there, they're spinning out and smacking the guardrails there, and I mean, just my God. Bunch of fucking idiots. It's not hard to see why the country's in the condition that it's in. All you got to do is drive down the highway and see the morons that are driving around. My wife asked me the other day, she says, doesn't seem like your channel is really growing anymore. I said, no. I said, the algorithms changed because YouTube doesn't like my political views and they don't like my honesty. Because everybody hates the truth. You know, so. No, but if I took this engine and I drained all the oil out of it and started it up and ran it till it blew the fuck up, you know, then everybody'd want to watch it. But nobody wants to watch you fix anything or repair anything or produce anything. They want to watch you blow shit up and tear shit up. You know, that's our society now. And the guys on YouTube, they figured out, you know, they figured out what sells. Basically, they're salesmen. They figured out what sells, and that's what sells this day and age, is destruction. You know, which is good for them, but I don't know if I'd make enough money to replace this guy's engine if I blew his engine up. But that whistling diesel guy, I mean, that guy just goes out and buys stuff that, you know, guys like me that would have worked their whole lives to get something like that, and just intentionally destroys it to get views on YouTube. It's just unbelievable. What do you do, man? Alright, so we got the fan hub off, but anyways, you know, it's just, I just noticed that there's guys that make, they figured out the niche to where they can make money on YouTube and get more views, and you don't get them by fixing stuff. You really don't. Everybody likes drama, you know, controversy. They want to see stuff get blown up and torn up, whatever, man. Sometimes I just, if it wasn't for some of the loyal viewers that I do have, some good people that I do know personally, and some of the people I've met on YouTube, which are some really good guys, I probably wouldn't even do it anymore. You know, to be honest with you, I get kind of tired of some of the bullshit on it. Sometimes it just isn't worth it. And then I think about some of the good guys that are on it, that comment and that religiously watch the channel and like seeing stuff fixed and like learning things. I think about those guys and it keeps me going. And then my wife tells me, no, don't quit that. But I don't know. Here we go. Holy shit. Oh, good grief. Wow. That sumbitch was on there now. Ah. Okay, so now let's get the AC compressor and lay it aside with the condenser. I was trying to keep the refrigerant in it so I didn't have to dump it. Okay, that one bolt there with that bracket, and that'll take, man, all these little brackets and stuff that hold all the stuff are broke. And these are all 10mm, it looks like. And I understand too, I'm a dissident and an outspoken guy, so sometimes that doesn't bode. I know sometimes I'm my own worst enemy, but it is what it is. I'm not going to change who I am to get more views. Just not who I am. Unbolt this bracket here too. Gotta have 15 on this 3H drive. Okay. actually pull this bracket loose too, huh? Well, wait a second. Maybe I can go like that, because this bracket's broke anyway. Just go like that. There we go. Stuff somewhere to keep the refrigerant in the system. My idea anyway. I can't get it line though. There we go, that ain't too bad. Need to get this back up here in the grill. Get it kind of out of the way. Wrestling match here. Maybe I can save that refrigerant now and not have to dump that. I hate charging air conditioners in the wintertime. Okay. Go ahead and zip the alternator off of it. Okay, well now I'm gonna pull these two, this one, and this one. You know, I'm thinking about that. That destruction type stuff. You know, that's where I got more views than anything, is when the 9320T or the 9620T engine blew up. That's when people wanted to watch, was controversy and drama and bullshit, you know. Nobody wants to watch you achieve anything or produce anything. That's just not entertaining, I guess. Oh well, it is what it is, I guess. Huh. It's tight. That one is tight. There we go. He's a tight one, laddie. So a little secret on these that I do. These got some bushings in there that are kind of like an alternator. See them right here? There's 3 of them in there. So what I do is I smack it there. This one here sometimes can be kind of a problem child, but most of the time, if you smack it right to there, they'll slide right off there. Just like so. Got to take this bolts out of here. I don't know, I get frustrated sometimes with the YouTube thing. I try so hard to show people things, and then you just don't get the views because they don't want to put your videos out there. Maybe the videos are shit, I don't know. I know my audio problems and things like that I have. I'm not saying that should be this giant YouTube superstar, but I don't know. Usually they'll just slide right off. This one's not going to do it. Stuck on there. Oh, I had to say something on this video. This is from Dwayne Albin, I think is what his last name was. He sent this to me. Brand new Carlisle air hammer, a quick chuck, and then all the bits. There's a whole, let's see here, a flat bit in there too, but anyhow, it's pretty sweet. This is the reason right here. I mean, this, what I'm saying, this is the reason I keep doing this YouTube thing, is I'm about ready to say the hell with it. I watched some guy go, go crash a pickup to get views, and then I get frustrated thinking, god dang, that's, anybody can do that, and and gets 1 million views on it, and then you work your ass off day and night to do this stuff and video it, and nobody watches the shit, and then you go, god damn, why the hell am I doing this? All they want to do is watch shit get torn up, and then somebody does this for you, and you go, well, obviously I got some pretty good folks watching my channel, and it kind of brings you back around to quit you whining and just keep doing what you're doing, I guess. I got to get some oil for it here. Put this, let's see here, what's it got, an O-ring or something in there? Or is it left-handed thread, or what's going on here? Pretty cool deal, huh? Plug in it here. We'll have to take the fitting out of our other old air hammer, which about needs to be retired. Let's see here, what bit would I want to use on that damper? I could probably use, being honest with you, this one in this package right here would probably be the best one for it, for what I want to do. Cool, huh? Well, I'm gonna eat some lunch, guys. I gotta put a little air oil in this brand new air hammer, and then put a fitting in it, and we'll see how she works. Okay. Exhaust manifold. Might as well pull the thermostat housing off. Gear hose line. Alright. Come on, get on here. Put some hair on that boy. Alright, pull this tube here loose. Might as well just go ahead and pull this tube loose. Pull this one loose. Slam this off of here. If I remember right, these are, let's go on the non-hot side. Yeah, 12 millimeter. Usually the one that's not on the exhaust manifold comes off a little bit easier. That guy the other day, he told me, he says, man, I'm certified in those. I was working on something, I can't remember even what it was. He told me he was certified in it, he was telling me all about it. And I said, you know what I'm certified in? He goes, what? I says, I'm a certified asshole. That's what my wife tells me all the time. I am a certified asshole. That's the only thing I'm certified in. Well, it looks like I get take them both off. Ah. And she's not wanting to come loose. Let's just go like that, bend it a little bit. Let's not create any more work for ourselves, so we have to. Get a 9/16, take it loose right here. I forgot there's one under the manifold there. This thing had a bunch of broken manifold bolts about a year ago, and I got those all out. Kind of a shame. Oh. Short socket. Okay. Oops. Pull that one up out of the way. Yeah, these manifold gaskets are not very old. You know what I'm willing to bet? The problem is on number 3 cylinder. Let's get the light. Look how wet the manifold is right there. Look how wet the cylinder is. Yeah, look at that. So all the other holes look pretty good, but Be able to finish off the thermostat housing if I can find the correct socket. There we go. Now we can take the braces off here. These two here, maybe 13. Come on, you son of a bitch. Where's that one piece I just had in my hand? That goofy looking thing. I'm not even sure what the hell that's supposed to be for, but here's some Cummins certified wizard. Might tell me otherwise. I basically just got to pull this fitting off here, and then this side of the cylinder head's ready for get the cylinder head off. Now we got to go. I'm gonna put all the manifold bolts back where they go. Those manifold bolts are not very old. I'm wondering if I should just replace them. I might just call Ruth and tell her to get me a set of manifold bolts. And then let's get the IFSM and all that stuff off the other side. Yeah, gotta get the IFSM off of there. Alright, let's see what all I forgot to unhook on the IFSM. This line right here. I forgot to unhook that one. Should be an 11/16, and what did I just drop? 10 millimeter. I just had an 11/16 out over here. It's a problem with these projects. You get so much crap out, you can't remember what you did with what. I think it's 11/16. Integrated Fuel System Module. That's what that stands for if you didn't know that. IFSM. Had a shop up in town. This guy had a 99 Freightliner Classic, and they had it in the shop in town there. And what the issue was is it was smoking real bad. It was loaded up in smoke and just didn't run very good, you know. And so they rebuilt the engine, charged him $26,000, and he gets it back, and it's still smoking. He said, I just spent $26,000 and I still got the same problem. So then he takes it back to him and raises hell with him. And so when the thing showed up to me, it had wiring harness, And on the coolant temp sensor, that was a CM570, which has the same setup on IFSM, the timing and metering actuators. And they had a coolant temp sensor. They had something plugging. They had like an extra. Oh, that's what they did. They had an extra one that they plugged and just. They had it hanging on the harness, didn't have it even in the head. And I thought, what the hell's that all about? They said, oh, they're fooling the computer. Long story short, I can't remember which one it was. You can take the, you know, you'll have timing. I don't remember which one's timing, which one's metering, but you know, one set here is going to be timing actuator, and the other set's going to be the metering actuators. Well, I had got on Cummins Insight, and I got to doing the, it's kind of a cylinder balance test type thing, and you could see the numbers were way off on the back 3 cylinders. One half on the timing metering actuators does the back 3 cylinders, and the other half does the front 3 cylinders. Well, I ended up swapping, I think, trying to remember, I think it was metering actuators. And the problem, all the weird numbers went to the front cylinders. So I bought a new metering actuator and stuck in it, and the thing ran just fine. Quit smoking, ran like a top. And that's all that was wrong with it, you know, and they sit there and dicked around and in-frame the engine, and it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, there's your gear pump right there. Something's still hanging me up. Oh, the dipstick tube, darn it. Yeah, the darn dipstick tube. I forgot all about that damn dipstick tube. The dipstick forgot about the dipstick tube. Ah. What we'll do is we'll just go like that. Damn it. Today I'm having trouble with my hand cramping up on me. I'm drinking enough water, probably dehydrated. I have a bad habit of not drinking enough water in the wintertime. Okay, these CM871s are dual overhead cam engines. Rockers come out in 2 halves. Socket. Darn it. The valve bridge came off. those valve bridges off. Well, the ones with the tip, there'll be a tit here like that. That's for your exhaust, for your Jake. So I'm not too worried about keeping the valve bridge in the same spot, but the cam, the rocker rollers, overhead rollers, I want those in the same spot. That's why I laid them out in order, is what they come out. Okay, let's get our, this is be the injector cam here. Injector cam does two things. Obviously runs the injectors, and the second thing it does, it has a gear over there that runs your high pressure fuel pump. Them injector cams in these CM870s and these 871s are about the same size as a small block Chevy crankshaft. They're pretty hefty. Okay, so now you'll notice the cam, each cam will have a flat in it where our timing wedges go. So I gotta look on the valve cover. I don't remember what timing wedges. I think these are a 6 and a 6, I think. Alright, so I got the 6-degree wedge on the injector cam and the 4 on the valve cam. Okay, just kind of make sure they're seated. And it's not really as important to time them when you're coming apart as is when you're going together. But it holds the cams when you take the cam gears loose. So we got to break the cam gears loose now. You pull this bolt out here and pull this bolt out here. So let me get my setup for that. Okay, get this camera set up here somewhere. Shoot, I got the wrong socket. Alright, there it is. It's loose. injector cam. I don't know if that's going to line up or not. I gotta move over to the other side. Alright, get this breaker bar out. Make sure you pin your crank on these. You really need, this is one I'd say you really need to buy the tool from Cummins, because it has a stripe, a green stripe on it, and you'll know when it goes in the slot in the crank web. But it's just way easier with that tool. Alright, and my dumb ass left the impact over there. Ah. This one usually pops a little harder. Yeah. You gotta be careful it doesn't fall on the ground. Okay, so now I gotta get I like to do these by hand. Some of the guns here I like to round off. So I'm gonna do these by hand. These are your cam cover seals that are prone to leakage. This is a non-scissor geared engine. Most of the single overhead cam motors at least have an adjustable idler and a scissor gear. This one just has an adjustable idler, no scissor gear. So basically we've just got to pull these loose and get them out, pull the injector cam and the valve cam out, start pulling head bolts. Alright, let's pull some cams out of her, huh? Then I got to pull the injectors out and then pull head bolts. I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to set you guys up at. How about over here somewhere on this pile of shit folder that we never have put back together? That's going to have to get done though here pretty shortly. Hey Trent, how busy are you right now?
Barely. What's that?
Oh, I was going to pull this cam and hand it to you. I was going to have you help me hand this cam off. Now this injector cam is about the size of a crankshaft out of a small block 350. Laying on that shit, that tool cart is way back there, ain't it?
Yeah.
There's fine too. Hey, now the valve cam.
You need help with that one too?
No, I got this one. This is a light duty. This is a light duty one here.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
No problem, sir.
we got the head off of it. I mean, I in-framed this engine about 8 years ago. These guys don't run very much. They only run, they might put 20,000 miles a year on it, maybe 30,000 at the most. They don't run very much. They just haul their plastic balers around the fields locally, and then they'll haul some plastic bales over to Medford to the dump, and that's about all it gets run, you know. This outfit used to have a really nice Western Star with a C12 in it, and the only thing I did to that C12, I think, yeah, I resealed the front structure on it. And the C12, kind of a gutless pile, but way more reliable than this pile of junk here, you know. But you know, a lot of these guys, like this guy here, they got really nervous about, this guy's in Oregon, you know, but he does a lot of work down here, and he was real nervous about being told he couldn't come into California. So he sold that Western Star and bought this thing. This was a United Rentals heavy haul truck, and he bought it out of Reno, and it was compliant with the DPF and all that shit, and it's just been nothing but a problem, just nothing but a problem. And he goes, golly, because I told him when he was gonna do all this stuff, I said, man, I wouldn't buy that truck until the commies in California told me I couldn't run it in the state no more. When they sent me the letter and said you're not gonna get licensed anymore, that's when I'd quit running it. And there's a lot of guys that are out of state that are still running their trucks with cat engines in them, and they haven't said nothing. You know, I don't understand how the state of California, because if you read the Constitution of the United States, there's this thing called the Interstate Commerce Clause. It's in the Constitution that says the federal government controls interstate commerce. So I don't understand how legally the state of California could tell somebody else they can't come into their state across the state line with a non-compliant emissions vehicle. It's bullshit. You know, so they started all this shit down there in the ports. You know, they'd come into the Bay Area or something, and a lot of guys I know used to haul down in there to the Bay Area, and they'd have to drop their trailer and have somebody else take it into the port because they wouldn't let their truck into the port because it was too old. Just, you can't make this stupid bullshit up anymore. You know, and then you get all these city people that don't know shit from Shinola about nothing. And, you know, they're everything they do, they think off emotion. You know, and some talking head asshole that's just like them, that's never done a fucking thing their whole lives, is on the news beating their chest telling you about it's the end of the world if we don't get them diesel trucks off the road. You know, and then they think it's a moral obligation that they have to save the world. We gotta get those emissions under control and save the planet. You know, and then here we go. We get a pile of shit like this that we're working on constantly, and then we have to mine more natural resources out of the ground to make new parts for the piece of shit all the time because it's always broke down. And yeah, it's just I know I'm ranting. I can't take this shit much longer.